Recording, so whenever you're ready, you can start, okay?
Alright. Today, class, we'll be talking about how to identify a trusted adult and someone you can go to when you need help. So, to start off with, do you guys know what is a trusted adult? Can you think of anyone in your life? Do you know what that is? Alright, a trusted adult is... Good. A trusted adult is someone who you can go to if you need help. It's someone that you're comfortable with and you trust. So, how does that differ from a stranger? Who's a stranger?
Someone you don't know.
Good job.
Danger.
Stranger danger, you're right. Why is it important to know a trusted adult?
If you go to them for help.
And how do they keep you safe? Right, all right. So next I want everyone to come up here and sit in a circle with me.
I'll stay back here just so I can keep writing, okay?
She said everyone.
I'm sitting to the teacher.
Did wall. Oh, yeah, she came.
All right. So we're going to use these cards as practice to try to figure out the difference between someone that you can trust and someone who's a stranger. Okay? So a trusted stranger or a safe stranger is someone generally who's in like a uniform, or who, if you're in like a grocery store, someone who works there. They're easy to identify. So we'll start off. Can you guys tell me, is this a safe stranger or a stranger?
Safe stranger.
Why?
Police.
Good job. What about this one?
Safe.
Someone worried.
Right.
She's not safe.
What about this man?
He's young.
So he's a stranger.
That's my dad.
What about this lady? Right. Just because she looks happy doesn't mean she's safe, right?
Yes.
Right. What about this person?
Firefighter.
Safe.
Safe.
He's looking at.
Yes.
But that's okay
He's a
because they're
firefighter.
because they're a firefighter, right? What about this person? Right. This lady.
Yes.
Safe.
But
she's still
Which
strange.
one?
I think in
But she
between.
works at the store.
Right, so she's a safe stranger. So like if you got lost in the grocery store, she's someone you could go to if you can't find mom and dad. What about these people?
No.
This lady? Stranger. What about this person?
That's you.
Okay, so good job everyone. Now you can go back to your seats and we're gonna watch a video.
You first.
She was just like,
Before later.
smells. I don't suppose you want to go over to the village green and play a little soccer? Gee, sis, I didn't think so. That brother of mine, what's gotten into him? He never wants to do anything anymore.
It seems to me your brother is doing quite a lot.
Yeah, but he never wants to go out.
It's just a phase he's going through.
He's becoming an introvert like his dad.
You? An introvert? Why, you're Bear Country's champion extrovert.
Introvert? Extrovert? What's all that mean?
Well, you see, trovert means person, and an introvert is a person that likes to stay in. And ex means something you used to do, like an ex-actor or an ex-teacher. So an extrovert is somebody that used to be an introvert. It's as simple as that.
Thanks, Papa.
Anytime, sweetie, anytime.
Well, I'm ready to go over to the village green and play a little soccer. Great! Hello, Frog. Hello, Flowers. Hi, Mr. Peter.
Hello there.
Howdy, how is it going?
Howdy, going fine.
Sister, how come you know all these bears? Huh? I don't know them. You don't? You mean they're all strangers? Of course. Hi, Mr. Jogger.
Hi, Cub.
Well, come on, brother. Let's get over to the village green. Excuse me, I want to get our ball. What you feeding the pigeons?
Oh, it's my own special recipe. It's mostly corn, some rice, and a special treat, a little brown sugar.
Sounds delicious. Really, sister? You're going to have to stop that. Stop what? Talking to strangers. It's just not a good idea. What's the big deal? Why shouldn't I talk to strangers? Is there some harm in it? Is there something wrong with strangers? Those aren't questions for a brother. Those are questions for a mama or a papa.
Sister Bear, I'm really glad you asked these questions. They're very important questions. The reason that you should never talk to a stranger and never ever take presents from a stranger and never ever ever go anywhere with a stranger is that it's dangerous.
Oh, dear. I do hope Papa can tell Sister about strangers without making everything scary.
What's dangerous about it, Papa? What can happen?
All sorts of things. Here, let's look at the newspaper. See right there, stranger bothers cub.
Huh?
Here's another. Missing cub found.
Gee.
And another. Chief Grizzly questions stranger. Newspapers full of reasons why you shouldn't talk to strangers. So remember, sweetie, never talk to a stranger. Never ever take presents from a stranger. And never ever ever go anywhere with a stranger. Now I hope you're paying attention to all this, brother.
Yes, Papa.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night, Papa.
Good night, dear.
Night, Mama.
See right there, stranger bothers cub. Missing cub found. Chief Grizzly questions stranger.
Oh. Hey, sis. After breakfast, want to go over to the green and pull around like yesterday? Maybe play a little frisbee. Huh? What'd you say? I said, after breakfast, want to go over to the green and pull around. Maybe play a little frisbee.
suppose so. Tell you what, I'll be driving to the farmer's market to get some apples. I'll pick you up on the way home.
Terrific. Come on, sister.
Come on, sister.
Are we gonna play frisbee or not? Oh, sure. Let's go. And now my behind the back boomeranger. Okay, now, sis, a little mustard. Yikes.
Well, how are things at the village green today?
Okay, I guess. But there are so many strangers.
You know, what Papa told you about strangers was quite right. It's not a good idea to talk to strangers or accept presents or rides from them.
I know, Mama.
But that doesn't mean all strangers are bad. Why, chances are there wasn't a single person on that green that would hurt a fly, much less a fine little cub like you. The trouble is, well, it's like this barrel of apples. There's an old saying that goes, there'll always be a couple of bad apples in every barrel. That's the way it is with strangers. Cubs have to be careful because of the few bad apples.
Look, I found one. It's all bumpy and has a funny shape.
Well, it certainly is strange looking, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
Hey, inside it's perfect.
Now here's one that looks fine on the outside.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
A bad apple. Double yuck.
Hey, I'm going over to the meadow to fly my new plane. Wanna come?
Sure, I can pick some wildflowers. Wow, terrific. You've got some high flyer there. Wow, really great.
Well, if you've got enough flowers, we can head for home.
Fine.
Hold it. Wow, what a beauty. It's a radio control job. Wait a sec, sis. I want to watch. Yeah, it's radio control, all right.
Boy, it sure is a beauty. Marvin talking to a stranger? I don't care how big and beautiful his radio control job is. That's what he is, a stranger.
I'm gonna set it up and follow it in the car. You wanna come along?
Wow, can I? Don't you dare! Brother, talk to a stranger. Brother, talk to a stranger.
But it was a big orange and green radio control job.
That doesn't matter. We have rules about strangers, and they're important.
We have rules about tattletales, too.
Sister wasn't tattling. Tattling is telling just to be mean. Sister was telling because she loves you and she was worried.
Do you think that guy was a bad apple?
Probably not.
That's right. But you have to be careful, just in case. Well, anyway, thanks for looking out for me. Anytime.
Okay, so why do you think it's important to not talk to people you don't know? Right. Why was Sister very confused as to who she could and could not talk to? Remember? Right. Have you guys ever felt like you didn't know who you could talk to? Yeah. Do you think it was a good idea for Brother Bear to not get in the car with the stranger? Why?
The stranger could have done taken it anywhere.
Right. Okay, so next I'm going to read you guys this. Alright. So one day we went to the amusement park, my mother, father, and me. I stopped when I saw the toys on display. Oh, what a prize they would be. There were lions and bears and balls you could win. I got so excited I moved closer in. I wanted my father to win me a prize, but when I turned around, I had a surprise. I looked to the left and then to the right, but both of my parents were nowhere in sight. If I were a parent, where would I go? I shrugged my shoulders. How would I know? I looked at the game booths, the crowds, and the toys. I yelled for my father. Could he hear in this noise? I checked out the stores thinking maybe they'd shop. I'd tell my mother this nonsense should stop. Maybe they went on a ride. Or maybe they went to ride on a ride, but they should know better than to part from my side. I went to this show thinking maybe they'd be there. They weren't in the audience. They weren't anywhere. A man in a uniform walked by my way. I hope you can help me. This isn't my day. Have you seen my parents? They wandered away. I'm sure they're off playing, enjoying their day. The park guard gasped and started to yell, we need more manpower. I'll get others to help. Soon the guards all gathered and assembled a plan. Then they marched off quickly with my parents' description in hand. They stayed in a line as they marched along. The sound of their shoes created a song. Clomp, 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 clomp. They covered the grounds quicker than I could. I had to admit that these guys were good. I see them, I shouted. The guards started to run. They halted their ride and ended their fun. You parents are bad for running away. You scared your poor son. He's been worried all day. I held up my hand to silence the guard. I'll take over right now. Thanks for working so hard. Neither of my parents had remorse on their face. We couldn't help if we did. There's too much fun in this place. So ground us and scold us, they said in a huff, but as bad as I wanted to, I couldn't look gruff. I ran up and hugged them and started to cry. I was worried I'd lost you. Soon their faces weren't dry. Our tears of happiness flowed and they flowed. It created a water park. Soon we were all afloat. I grabbed the guards' handcuffs and clamped them shut tight on the wrists and mine, though they put up a fight. I told them to cooperate. It just had to be done if they wanted to stay here and have some more fun. I smiled at them both, secure by my side. Now we can have fun on this new water ride. All right, so if you were to get lost at the amusement park, who would you go to? Who would we want to go to see? If you get separated from mom and dad. Right. Okay. So if you, I'm gonna give you guys some scenarios that may happen, so just that way you're prepared if you were to get separated from mom and dad. Who should you talk to if you lose mom at the grocery store? Yeah. What would you say to someone who you didn't know if they asked you to go with them? No, right. If someone you don't know comes up to you and said that your mom told them to pick you up, would you go with them? No, right. So next I'm going to have you guys take a set of the cards that we went over earlier and kind of work through them by yourself. So see if you remember how to separate them out between strangers and safe strangers. It's the same ones. It's just a check to see if you guys can remember it. All right. What made you guys put some of those into the safe strangers?
These people were in uniform.
Good job, guys. Can you tell me why you separated them into people?
Because it's what we discussed earlier.
Right, so what makes the difference between, let's say, this person and this one?
And they're both happy. But this one needs to go out and do the
So these people are at their job working, and some of them do working and this one's just getting all this at all. Does that make sense? So what makes this person different from these people? Their uniform? Yep. It looks scary. Alright. So, okay, the last thing I'm going to do is hand out this sheet that I want you guys to take home and work on with mom and dad so you guys can have that conversation of people in your life that you can trust. Are there any questions? Yes.
My mom says that sometimes if I were to get lost, I should look for a mom with kids. Is that okay?
Yeah, that would be another safe stranger. Just that would be someone to go talk to if you lose your mom, but you see a mom with their kids, you could go ask her for help to find your mom.
Okay.
Any other questions? No? Good job today, guys. That's it.